everybody, and welcome to Parks Bros. It's Drew here, and it's day 2 of my fun Florida excursion. We're at Universal Studios Florida today, so let's go in and have some fun. This was a park that I sadly did not get nearly as much time as I would have liked in my last trip. So I'm very excited to step back inside today and get to re-ride some of the rides that I only got to go on once, like Rip Ride Rocket, Mummy, and even E.T. I'd love to get on all of those today. So let's head in. First stop of the day early in this morning is going to be Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. I only got to ride this once last time. I absolutely adored it. I thought it was a very underrated ride. Pretty smooth for me, so we'll see what a second ride does. But the wait looks to be quite short, so maybe we'll get a couple rides on. Let's go. Only 10 minutes. Yeah, we might ride it a couple times. Just finished 3 rides on Rip Ride Rocket. We got to keep lapping around after changing out our lockers because it was a complete walk-on. Like, why not just keep riding and riding and riding? Now there's a little bit of a wait. I think it's like 5 minutes maybe. But Rip Ride Rocket, easily one of my favorite coasters. It's such an awesome ride. I will admit though, it is a little bit bumpy, a little bit shaky on rows 3 and 6, like those back wheel rows. So do keep that in mind. If you want a little bit of a smoother ride, I would definitely recommend row 1, 2, 4, and 5. Those are the 4 rows I would definitely recommend. But still, even in the bumpy rides, a lot of fun and a lot of airtime. Really a great ride though. I should mention the 3 songs that I chose to listen to throughout my journeys. I listened to Stronger by Kanye West featuring Daft Punk, as well as Rollin' by Limp Bizkit, which I thought was a little bit of a meme, but honestly ended up being the best song of the 3 I chose, and Give Me All Your Lovin' by ZZ Top. So I would definitely rank them though as like Rollin' number 1, the other 2 kind of in the middle. But yeah, unironically, I think Rollin' is the best song I've had on this ride so far. In New York though, right across from Rip Ride Rocket and Mummy, which we are heading to next, you can see they've got a giant Christmas tree already up, as well as decorations around the mini Central Park over here. I don't know the actual name of the park, I'm not gonna lie. So if you know, let me know down in the comments. But now, yeah, let's get some revenge on Mummy. I can't wait to get back on this ride. There's so many surprises in here. I don't want to spoil them all. All I know is that I took off my jacket because it's gonna get a little hot. Let's travel to the Museum of Antiquities and take a seat of our own on Mummy. Oh, I love this ride so much. And I will say, if you've been on the Hollywood one, this is completely different. And if you've been on this one, definitely check out the Hollywood one if you haven't. So if you didn't know, this one's actually got Brendan. Everyone always says Fraser, but apparently he even says it's Fraser. It's Fraser, not Fraser. Come on. Fun fact, did you know the names we get of ancient Egyptian gods and goddesses actually come from their Greek pronunciation? That's right, a lot of the words we say, like Ra and Anubis, that's technically not what they were called in ancient Egypt. I will say, I absolutely love going through this view. There is so much to look at, even though it's fairly dark. It reminds me a lot of Indiana Jones. So it is quiet enough today. We've been able to snag 2 rides on this in like 15 minutes, which is incredible. So we've done 5 rides in about an hour's time, which is just absurd at this type of park. Because usually the lines for each of those attractions are over an hour long. But Mummy easily has become one of my favorite experience coasters ever. I don't know if I can say it's one of my favorite coasters ever, because like as a coaster, it doesn't do too much that's like insane or anything. But as an overall experience of a ride, it is phenomenal. Like, just such an amazing ride overall. And I won't lie, I prefer this to Hollywood pretty easily. It is just ridiculously fun. And there's so much to look at. There's so much detail and the animatronics and everything that happens. Just brilliant. Mummy is a must ride at the park. It's fantastic to see a lot of entertainment back. You see the Beat Builders play quite regularly. We actually just ran into the Blues Brothers after our first ride, but we wanted a second one, so we kind of skipped over it. But yeah, we're looking at Fast and Furious, and now we're looking right past it, because I think we're heading over to Diagon Alley. I especially love the San Francisco area of the park, and I love the tributes to Jaws over there, little Bruce. Poor guy, just trying to get some grub, I guess. But you know, I would have loved to have ridden the original Jaws over in this section of the park. That would have been such an awesome ride to experience. But you know what, I can't complain about literally the best themed area I've ever been to. Right in front of my eyes. Nothing to see here, just the regular London skyline in front of us. Nothing magical at all. There's no wizardry here. Nope. Oh, wait, there's something back here? Oh, boy. Oh man, I love this area, and look at it all holidayed up. There is nothing like experiencing this for the first time. You can see my first experience here in the top left, or top right, but it's so incredible. So not only is Diagon Alley kind of hidden away in the park itself, there's also a mini land within the land that is kind of hidden within itself, and that's Nocturne Alley. I mean, it is just so filled with detail and wonder. It's absurd. Well, as they say, right, when in Rome, well, when in Diagon Alley and in Florida, something frozen, something sweet. I think a butterbeer that's frozen will be the right treat. Wait, I'm not in Seuss Landing, what am I doing? Now, being a Southern California native, I've had the regular butterbeer all the time. Now, I've never tried the frozen, so let's see how it is. That's really tasty. I like that a lot. It definitely reminds me of like a butterscotch like milkshake or something like that, but that is not a bad thing at all. That is delicious. I prefer this to the regular version because that's really just cream soda.
It is the better version.
I really enjoy it.
For the bad words.
Fishy green ale.
Yeah.
Looks like boba.
That's gosh darn weird, but it's good.
Mostly coasters. If you haven't subscribed to him, please do. That's kind of tasty though. I like that.
Yeah,
that's like
it's weird.
It's like a weird refreshing.
Boba in it too.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. I prefer this, I'm not gonna lie, don't tell Mario, but that's pretty interesting. I'd have to try all the drinks here. I really do. Hopefully soon. Now that we've got our butterbeers and our fishy ales, it's time to go into Gringotts Bank. Let's do it. We gotta check our funds after those expensive drinks. Well, it's a good thing we're not waiting all the way back there. Man, I can't imagine waiting all through all of that. I mean, we're talking probably upwards of 3 hours if we're waiting in all of these lines. This ride is unbelievable in queue alone. I mean, come on, just look at those chandeliers.
You think a pirate lives behind that door? Have you ever seen Sunny where Charlie says that? He's like, you think a pirate lives in there? I'm like, where? He's like, you see that door marked pirate? You think a pirate lives in there? And he's like, I see a door that says private. Is that the door you're talking about?
Oh, Gringotts, I missed you. After riding Gringotts for the second time ever, that is easily one of the best attractions I've ever been on. We're talking like Rise of the Resistance, Indiana Jones adventure level. I was blown away by that. It combines like 10 different ride systems in one and just is ridiculous in all ways. Now, looking over at Men in Black, it does have a little bit of a long wait, so we're actually gonna head over to E.T. Let's ride it. Not only is it just a classic, it brings some true nostalgia to me, knowing that I used to watch this movie all the time as a kid. But a really cool thing about this ride is you don't need to have seen the movie to understand what's going on. And I think that's something that Universal Orlando does a great job at. It sets a new premise, potentially, and it takes you for a ride you'll never forget. After our wonderful journey to E.T.'s home planet and back, we are going toward the Bourne Stuntacular, one of the best shows I have ever seen, period. Like, even outside of parks, it is phenomenal. I can't wait to see it. We've got a couple of people in our group that have never seen it before, and it starts up in just about 10 minutes. Now, I can't show you any of the show, sadly. I would love to show you everything inside, but you'll just have to hear what I have to say about it, I guess. Or, you know, not even take my word for it and just come and experience it yourself. About 40 minutes later, yeah, it looks like we're in the same spot, right? Man, what a phenomenal show. I won't spoil much, but they use this brand new technology and just use it so well. Obviously, there's a little things you can nitpick and whatnot, because we're just like that, but see it for yourself. Seriously plan to see it, because even if it takes up about 40 minutes to an hour of your time during the day, most of the rides on busy days will anyway. So I would definitely include this as a must ride, or must experience, I guess. Bourne Stuntacular is just ridiculous, and always. Alrighty, well, after Bourne Stuntacular, I know it might seem like it's been kind of a shorter day, but we're going on our 4th hour, I believe, at the resort today, which we've ridden or experienced 7 or 8 different things. 8, 9 maybe? Cliff, I gotta ask.
What?
I gotta ask you, since your first visit to Hollywood in the past 20 years was this year, right?
My first visit in 20 years of my life was this year, yes.
What do you think of this park compared to Hollywood?
You know, it was actually, like, first walking through it, like, I was actually kind of knocking it pretty hard, because I was like, wow, this really seems like an imitation of a studio. Okay. And then when you go through and experience the rest of the park, like, it's, you know, you get a really good feel of like how complete it is. Okay. But like every attraction that we've experienced so far individually, like, man, like that, like I don't. Granted, I've skipped the ones that are at Universal Hollywood, but like
all that extra is just.
oh, like,
extra.
basically like. Though, like the best attractions at Universal Hollywood are like the lower tier attractions here, and that says a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's spend all freaking day here. Not to mention just Diagon Alley is like I could spend 4 hours.
It's
there.
amazing. Yeah,
If you're like a Potterhead, yeah.
So you like?
I love it. Yeah.
Great.
But yeah, IOA is base though.
Well,
I still want to spend more time there.
Well, where are we heading next?
We're heading to Six Flags over Georgia. I mean, we're going to Islands of Adventure.
That's a long drive.
But yeah, there you have it. Cliff's thoughts on Studios Florida. Now, of course, we're gonna head over to IOA, and of course, I'm gonna make that a second video. So, with that all said, thank you so much for watching. And if you want to tune in for that next video while we hop over to IOA, check out things like Mythos and Cat in the Hat. Of course, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for those videos coming out. We've still got another 4 or 5 days in Florida as well, so it's going to be a lot of fun. New parks to explore, so stay tuned for those. But of course, until next time, we'll see you on the next ride.